Okay. So let's say that you just bought your pretty little notebook and your pretty little pens to start making your to-do lists. And you're sitting there staring at your notebook and you don't know what to put down. You now have this pretty notebook and you want your lists to be pretty, that you're just frozen in time. And you don't want to get it out on that pretty paper and you don't know what to do. So you're just sitting there staring at it, trying to organize your thoughts in your head without actually writing it down. So we're going to talk about brain dumping and how to organize your to-do lists in a way that you can feel productive and prioritize those items on your to-do list so that you can actually get it done and move on with your day to the things that are more important than to-dos. All right, let's jump in. Hey mama, are you struggling with how to make time for yourself as a work-at-home mom? Are you drowning in laundry and dishes, poopy diapers, and kids who are constantly screaming, Mom, even though they're 5 feet away from you? I get it. I'm Jessa Ray, and this is Caught Up in Motherhood, where I want to help you set priorities, create boundaries, ask for help, and learn to love yourself in motherhood again. You can show up for you without sacrificing motherhood and without the guilt. So if you're ready to be caught up in motherhood, then go grab a fresh cup of coffee and that laundry basket sitting in the corner. Don't worry, I've got mine too. And listen in to today's episode. Okay, so that to-do list is still in your head. You've got the paper, you're ready to go, and you just need to get it out. But how do you brain dump? There are so many strategies and so many different ways that you can do this, and you can YouTube it and Google and podcast it all you want and find all kinds of different strategies. But in the end, all of the strategies are getting to that same spot at the end. You're getting it all out of your head and out onto a piece of paper. You're clearing that mental burden, that weight on your shoulders and your neck. Just you getting it all out and releasing it, right? It's just this, inhale, exhale, release the negativity, release the overwhelming feelings of the things that you need to do and just get it out. And feel that weight lift. And now that it's on paper, you can actually feel like you can conquer it because it is now in a neat and organized piece of paper. But we have to get there first. So how do we do that? Okay, brain dumping is the easiest way to do it. And you can do this, in my opinion, one of two ways. You can, once you're comfortable with it, I do my brain dump straight in my notebook. And if you're not comfortable doing it in your notebook quite yet, get out that piece of printer paper, whatever piece of paper you want, scrap paper, if that's what you want, and just get all of your thoughts out on paper in relation to this project, to this to-do list, these things that you think you need to do and get done, and just get it all out. And let the random things that go with it just flow and come out. Now, before we actually go to do the writing, we need to get in the right mental mind space for this. So, like in the last video, if you haven't listened to it, you want to go back one and we talk about mindfulness. So we're going to do some of those same tactics here, right? I want you to take a couple deep breaths, get in touch with yourself, reevaluate how you're feeling. Are you anxious? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you dreading this moment of writing this brain dump down right now? Or are you excited and ready to get this done so that you can get it out? And if you're in the negative space right now, I want you to take a couple more deep breaths. And I want you to think about and connect with yourself and ask yourself, what do I need right now to be in the right headspace for this to be a positive experience? And really connect. What do I need right now? I'm doing this little bit of an exercise at the same time. And I'm going to tell you right now, what do I need? I need to take this bun out of my hair because I'm getting a headache from having my hair pulled up tight and high. So maybe you need to do that. Maybe your hair is too tight and you need to pull it down. Maybe you need a cup of coffee. Maybe you need a change of environment. And if it's nice, I challenge you to go outside, barefoot in the grass is best. You're connecting with the ground, nature, and just be in the moment for a second. Take a couple more deep breaths. It only takes a couple. You don't need to be doing this 10, 15 minute deep meditation thing. You got kids, they're running around, you need to keep an eye on them, all right? I get it. But you can take 5 to 10 deep breaths and just recenter. Okay? And the more you do this, 5 to 10 deep breaths throughout your day, the quicker and the easier these breath grabs are going to be for you. It's just taking that extra couple of seconds to check in with yourself. How am I doing? What do I need right now? Okay, I need a cup of water. I haven't had water in a couple hours. Or, I need to go to the bathroom. I've been so busy with the kids, I haven't even thought about the fact that I need to go to the bathroom too. So take that minute, all right? Check in with yourself. What do you need? Eat lunch, whatever. Figure that out first. Okay, now that you're in a more positive headspace, you have your paper in front of you, and you have your pretty pens. Now, I like pens and highlighters, so I have multiple colors, and that's my personal preference, but I would suggest that you have at least 2 colors, whether that's a highlighter and a pen, or 2 different colored pens, whatever your combo is, but I would suggest at least 2 colors. Okay, now take your black pen, whatever, blue pen, whatever your main color is that you're happy with, and I want you to just start writing things down. And if you're still struggling, just to literally throw a random thought to paper, give yourself some categories. All right, if that'll help you a little bit to kind of concentrate and pinpoint on one area at a time, then totally do that. Write down, the house. What do I need to do for the house this week? What do I have in my head in relation to the house? Write it down. Work. Personal business. What is it that you need to do? Want to do? Write it down in that category. The random to-dos. The phone calls you need to make. The bills you need to pay. The errands you need to run. Right? These are all different categories if you're needing some sort of prompt to help remind you of the things that you need to think about. What do you need to clean? What do you need to buy? Where do you need to go? What's the kids' schedule this week? Get it all out. Okay? Pause me. Do it now. Come back to it later. Your call. But get it all out. Okay. Now that brain dump is out on your paper and it looks messy, I know. Don't worry about it. You get to crinkle that all up and throw it away in a little bit here. Burn it if you want to. Tear it up. Turn it into a paper airplane like the kids covered in stickers. I don't care. It's going to go away. You don't need to look at that messy piece of paper if you don't want to in a little bit. Now, if you wrote it in your notebook, like I do, you're going to turn the page and move on. But if you wrote it on a scrap piece of paper, you can do all those things I just said and throw it away if you want to. But we first need to rewrite it. Now, we talked about those categories, all right? So you're now going to go through that brain dump and you're going to pick your categories. What are the to-do things that I need to do around the house? What are the to-do things that I need to do for errands that are outside of the house? What are the phone calls I need to make? And you're going to make your categories that way. Now, personally, I like to-do lists. It's one of my love languages. I'm going to call it what it is. And I have more than one notebook. And if you've been listening for a while, you already know this. I have multiple notebooks for different to-do lists that I have going. And for you to keep it simple, I'm asking or telling you to consider 3. 1 notebook for the house, 1 for work, your business, and 1 for random to-dos. Now, this random to-do list is going to be your main notebook, all right? But the one for the house and the one for work or your business are the 2 other ones. So everything that you have on your brain dump should be able to go in one of these 3 notebooks or one of these 3 categories. So that's what I would start with. And what you're going to want to do is take whatever category seems easiest for you, or whatever category is the smallest, and just from quick looking at it, and start there. You have that quick, easy win. All right, my work list is really small right now. I'm going to start with that. All right, great, awesome. Let's do that. So you have your work stuff, and you write down everything that you wrote down as a to-do for work. And the things that are on the brain dump sheet, because this is a brain dump, if you do want to keep it, you have the date on the corner, and you're going to single cross out or check off in that other pen color or highlighter the things that you did get done, or not, I'm sorry, didn't get done, the things that you rewrote on your actual to-do list. And then you're going to go do the next category, which we're going to talk about, we're going to say is the house category. And some of you are wondering, what's the house stuff? Well, that's the dishes and the laundry and the organizing the closet and the house projects. My husband and I are big DIYers. So my house notebook is full of things like finish the trim in the bedroom, touch up the paint in the boys' room, fix this light, replace this outlet cover. Those kinds of things are on my house list. And for your house list, it could be something like cut the grass, feed the dog, whatever. That could be your house list. And if that idea, that house list isn't applied to you, it's just whatever, move on. Change it up with something else. Maybe there's something else that's important to you that you need its own notebook or its own category for that I'm not thinking of right now. All right? There is no black and white here. It's all gray. The other category is your to-do. Now, this is where I put all of my random things that I need to do, and it is all the, in some ways, more time-sensitive to-dos. This is where I write down the random things for me. Now, my house, I traditionally leave that for projects, so then everything else is under my to-dos. And those are going to be the things I need to do today, the things I need to do tomorrow, this week, and in general. The things that need to be done now. For example, you're having a birthday party. Okay, these are the things I need to do for the birthday party. Now, I would make that its own list, but we're not going to go there yet. So that's going to be under the to-do list. The things you need to do for the day. I need to flip the wash. I need to change the sheets on the boys' bed because it's been a couple days. I need to pick up dog poop because it's been a minute. And it's garbage day tomorrow. I need to what? All those things on your brain dump, they go on that to-do list. The whole thing here is that we're categorizing everything that was on that brain dump into some category format to make it easier for you to see and easier for you to prioritize. Now, at this point, everything that was on that brain dump should either be crossed off, checked off, or whatever. All right? Everything needs a home, needs a list, needs a spot. And if you're at that point and you wrote your to-do, your brain dump on a random piece of paper, I now give you permission to discard it in whatever way makes you happy. Okay. Now you have your to-do list. And now you need to think about, when am I doing these things? Because now I'm overwhelmed with the thought of having 3 notebooks and 3 lists and 3 things I need to do. And when am I going to do all this stuff? So take another breath. Get another cup of coffee if that's what you need. And come back to the lists. Now this is where having that second color is going to come in handy again. I want you to think about, honestly, how's my week? What do I need? What does my week look like? What kind of meetings do I have? What are the kids' schedules looking like? How is my day-to-day? The kids are great. They're napping. Everything's looking good. Everything's jiving. We're having a really good day. And we want to go to the park today. Awesome. I don't want to do all these things today because we're having a good day. We're going to go to the park. We're going to do this stuff. Okay. Don't do any of it. You already did a huge chunk of something by making the list in the first place. So if you need to take a break, you take that break. Come back to it tomorrow. But if you want to tackle something or you want to take this a step further, the next step is prioritizing the items on your list. And that's where that next color comes in, where you're going to highlight, cross, or underline, star the top 3 things. Just 3. Just 3. And say, these are my priorities for today. These are the things I would love to get done today. And then give yourself that permission that if you don't get them done, it's okay, right? Life happens, things happen. You're not always going to get them done. But these are the things you'd like to try to do, or you'd like to try to accomplish today. These 3 things. And now you're wondering, well, Jessa, which list am I looking at? Which list speaks to you right now, okay? For me, it's probably always going to be that to-do list, that main list, because that's the one that I keep on the kitchen island. That's in the heart of the home. My work one's at my desk. And I look at that one when I'm physically sitting at my desk. I am in work mode. I'm at my desk. My to-do list for everything else is upstairs. It's away from me right now. I'm not even going to look at it because I am at my desk. This is work mode, workspace. Therefore, I'm looking at my work list. Okay? So if you need to, go take that work notebook, go put it at your desk and leave it there, walk away. We will deal with that at nap time. All right, so it leaves your house notebook and your to-do notebook. Now, if your house notebook is like mine and it's full of, well, let's be honest, more a honey to-do list than necessarily a you to-do list, or it's a group project list, put that one aside too. Because I'm telling you right now, you don't need to be Wonder Woman. You don't need to go paint in the bedrooms while you have a toddler trying to help. Okay? Okay. Are you feeling lost and overwhelmed in your journey through motherhood? Managing the house, taking care of the kids, and juggling everything in between can be exhausting. You're so tired that even the thought of taking time for yourself feels draining. Instead, you find comfort in mindless scrolling through social media and indulging in snacks hiding in the freezer. While you do this, you constantly beat yourself up and compare yourself to others that you're seeing online, and you wonder why you can't achieve what they do or keep your house as clean as theirs. At the end of the day, you promise yourself that tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow you'll prioritize self-care, go to bed early, or even plan a date night. But tomorrow never comes. You're stuck in the same cycle, expecting different results. I know this feeling all too well. I've been there, lost in moments of self-doubt, wanting to be the best mother for my children, but feeling like I'm falling short. You are not alone, Mama. I see you, and I want to help you break free from these negative thoughts and feelings. I want to see you thrive in your motherhood journey and embrace the season that you're in. Let me be the supportive friend next door who's always there for you, ready with iced coffee and a swaying porch swing. I'm here to guide you through the tough days because, Mama, I've been there too. I understand what you're going through, and it's okay. Your feelings are valid, but it's how we respond to them that shapes our days. That's why I created my Mama Connection coaching. I want to assist mamas like me, mothers who strive to do all and understand that it begins with how they talk to themselves. Mamas who know they're capable but need a little help and encouragement to get started. So what do you say, Mama? Are you ready to knock on my door and reconnect with yourself? Are you ready to feel empowered in motherhood and realize that you've got this? If so, I encourage you to book your Mama Connection coaching call today. Let's make tomorrow a day of progress and growth. Let's go to the to-do list. Now, this is all the random things. And I want you to think about, on this list, what are the things that I need to do? And be honest with yourself. What in this list really matters? What is super important? I need to do it, even if in this moment I really don't want to do it. Because there's this mental block. There's something about it that's hard or difficult. And I don't want to do it. You need to make dentist appointments and you're scared of the dentist. What do you need to do? Right? You need to find a new dentist. Do you need to do a little bit of research? Okay, break it down. Right? Don't just have on the list, make dentist appointment. No, that gives me anxiety. I can't do it. I freak out about going to the dentist. I'm scared. Okay, break it down. What can you do today? Oh, well, I don't have a dentist. Okay, let's start there. Find a dentist. You're going to take a half hour today and you're going to do some research on your phone, on a computer, whatever. And you're going to look for dentists and you're going to look at reviews and you're going to find one that's in network that has good reviews that you're comfortable with, that looks okay on paper or on the web, whatever. Okay, great. You found the dentist. If you're feeling motivated in that very moment, the kids are quiet and you're motivated, you call them and you make an appointment. If the thought of just doing the research is enough for you today, then that is one line. That is one to do. Research dentist. Okay, you did that today. You found 2 dentists that you're interested in. Okay, revisit it tomorrow. Make a phone call tomorrow. Do you need a second set of eyes? Are you that nervous about whatever it is that you're doing? Again, dentist appointment. Okay, have your spouse look at it and say, okay, I found these 2. I think that they both look good. What do you think? Ask for help. Ask for a second opinion if you need it. And then next on your list, okay, call this dentist and make appointments. And if you need to, make your husband's appointment first. So this is like a legit thing for me. I'm not necessarily afraid of the dentist, but I'm not a fan of going to the dentist. I've had bad experiences. I don't like the gaslighting and the negativity and just being attacked. Like you have these tools in your mouth and they just attack you verbally about how terrible you are, how bad you are. Oh my gosh, you don't floss enough. You don't have a water pick. What's wrong with you? Oh, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. Oh my gosh, your teeth are so bad. Oh, they're not. They're fine. I've never had a cavity. And yet every time I go to the dentist, it's just this negative gaslighting, just crap. Okay? So, what did I do? I broke it down into these steps. And I made my husband's appointment first. I made him be the guinea pig. And go to the dentist first and have him tell me, okay, was it good? Was it okay? Did you like them? No? Yes? Oh, okay. It was okay? Okay, fine. I guess I'll go to my appointment next week. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. Now, getting away from the whole dentist story there, right? If there are other things on your to-do list that you don't want to do, that was just one example. Let's see, another one. Organizing a closet, right? So you have a toy closet and you need to reorganize it and you need to do all of the things to get the closet organized, okay? Break it down again in 2 steps. Make that one big to-do item. Organize the closet and turn it into something small. Okay, how many shelves are there? 5? Okay, can you do 1 shelf at a time? Nope, I need to take everything out and start over. Okay, great. That's kind of my preferred way too. Take it all out and start. But before you do that, all right, before you go and make a mess of the kitchen table, you empty out the whole closet, stand in front of that closet and look at it. Okay, what do I need? All right, let's see. We have toys in boxes, and the boxes are cardboard, and they've been chewed on, and they look like crap, and they're just gross. So maybe I need new containers. Okay. What containers do you need? Well, I don't know. I think I need containers. Well, there's a to-do for you. What kind of containers do I need? Purchase containers. Okay, for me personally, my closets are deep. So I liked getting these like 16-inch, I think they're 16 inches, clear containers with handles on them so that I can push them all the way back and then pull out. So like DVDs, card games, boxes, whatever it is, I can have them in there and then like pull this thing out to look at it. And these are advertised to be used like in your refrigerator. And my pantry and my closets are all very deep closets and they're very dark, right? So what do you need for your physical space? Do you need containers? Okay. Do you need labels made up? What are the things that you need? And that goes on your to-do list. I need containers. I need labels. I need to have the kitchen table cleared off. I need the kids to be in bed because you're touching their toys. And oh my gosh, Mommy, I forgot about that toy and I want to play with it now because you pulled it out and it was in the back of the closet and I forgot we even owned it for the last 6 months. And all of a sudden it's a thing. Okay. So take that big to-do, because I guarantee you your to-do list is full of big to-dos, and think about the little ones. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? How can I break this down into something more manageable outside of, oh my God, I don't want to clean out the closet. Okay, do the fun things first. You get to buy new containers. That's always fun. Do you need to do a little bit of research? This is where you get stuck, right? This is where we get stuck. We get stuck on shows, watching whoever it is that makes us happy to watch right now, or we get lost on TikTok or Pinterest. That's where setting timers can be really helpful. And giving yourself a timer or saying, okay, I'm going to do some research, but I only get to do research today. And however much time I decide I'm going to spend on my research today is on me, but I only get to do it today. And if I figured out a way that every single time that I was able to sit down to be on my phone on TikTok or whatever, all I did was look at container options, fine. But I only get today to do it. Or you give yourself that time limit and say, I only get a half hour to do my research and figure out what kinds of containers. And then I need to go and figure out what size I need and how many. And go from there. My whole point here is that this overwhelming feeling, this anxiety that we have around our to-do list, a lot of times is because we make our to-do lists too big. We make them this giant brain dump of a list. And then we get overwhelmed and we don't know where to start because it's clean the closet, make the dentist appointment, buy a new house, launch a new website. It's these big things. And we get overwhelmed and we don't want to do it. And we need to take that one thing, that one big thing, break it apart, break it down into small little wins so we can feel accomplished. And the whole reason that you have a whole notebook is that you're going to rewrite this list. You can ask my husband. I have rewritten our to-do list a minimum of once a day. There are days when we're really getting into that list and I rewrite it multiple times a day. Or I go in there and I have my, make dentist appointments and all of a sudden that's crossed out. But at the bottom of the list, I have 5 different tasks in relation to making that dentist appointment. Or maybe I have a new page and on that new page that has those things that I need to do my research, make the phone calls, have my husband go first, whatever. And I have those written down. And then I can check them off and go forward. I'm not taking a whole new page and saying, okay, this is my dentist to-do list. No, it's still my to-do list, my main to-do list. I'm just taking that one line that is now super big and breaking it down. And when I go to write it on my new page, figure out what works for you. I like doing the staggered, checklist type of thing. So it's like make dentist appointment. And then underneath it, if you're on the computer, you tab in once, tab in twice, whatever. And I put in there the different steps I need to do. And then I complete those steps. We don't need to make this into something so big and so hard and so overwhelming that we give ourselves this unnecessary dread and this paralysis around doing things that we need to do, that we need to get done. If we just take those big things and break them into little steps, like making dinner. Step 1, what are you making? Look in the fridge, find that recipe, decide whether or not you're going to go grocery shopping or not, and just start there and go forward. There's always going to be another step that you can do to break it down, to make it smaller, to make it more manageable, maybe make it fun, and just make it a little bit more enjoyable. My last little tip for you that I'm going to throw in there is in relation to making it fun. I am heavily music oriented. Love music. And I find myself if I'm in a mood or whatever, I just need some uplifting music that makes me happy. So if you've done all of these things and you're still feeling maybe a little down or anxious or whatever, what's something that really lifts your spirits? And music might be something for you too. That I would encourage you to listen to some music, turn it on, maybe have the music playing while you're, going through your to-do list. We don't need to be consuming in regards to learning all of the time. If you need silence, then have silence. Take this at nap time. At nap time on your to-do list, if you need to write this down, write it down. Do nothing. Take a break during nap time on today. Write it down. Do it. Seriously, write it down. I am going to do nothing at nap time today. I'm going to write it down. And then you get to check it off. You accomplished something on your to-do list. And if you're anything like me, actually sitting down and doing nothing is really hard. Because you have that to-do list and you know that there's 100 million things that you need to do and that you should be doing and you want to get done, but it's balance. And we can't do it all. We need to ask for help and we need to sit down and we need to relax and we need to do nothing. I know this whole episode is about making your to-do list and managing it, but you need to do nothing at the same time, right? Balance. So write your nothings on that to-do list too, because I guarantee you, if you're looking at your to-do list right now, you do not have on there, relax. Do a face mask tonight. Book a pedicure. Have a girls' night. Go out on a date. I guarantee you those things are not on your to-do list right now. And they should be. Because if you don't write them down, if you don't prioritize them, you won't do them. So take your to-do list and turn it around. Prioritize the things that are important. Do those 3 things if that's what you're going to do. Break them down into pieces. But just know that your to-do list does not run your day. It doesn't run your life. It doesn't decide what you get to do and when you get to do it. It is a tool. And you should use it as a tool. So write down the fun things. Your to-do list should not just be the boring things, the things you don't want to do. Let it be the fun things. Book that vacation. Go to the park. Go to the splash pad. Write them on there. Let it be the fun things. And do those things too. Because like I said, do 3 things. And if all 3 things are fun things today, that's awesome. That's great. Take that. Run with it. Because there's going to be days where it's not going to be the fun things. But you're going to feel more balanced. And you're going to feel more open to it. Ready for it. Positive, conquering, powerful, engaged. Pick your word. And you're going to get it done. All right. Don't forget, Mama, you got this. And if you have any questions or if you need help with that to-do list, I really encourage you to join my Facebook group and start up a conversation, right? I am here and I want to help you manage this to-do list and not be so overwhelmed by it and see the positive of it. Put the fun things on there. I'm going to put on my to-do list ice cream. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have some ice cream today. So put the fun things on there. And if you need some help, I'm just a couple clicks away. Hey Mama, thanks for hanging out with me today. I know you have a lot going on, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope this episode gave you new energy to tackle the day. If so, could you leave a review and subscribe to the podcast so that you never miss an episode? That would mean the world to me. I'd also love to connect with you on Instagram, so send me a DM and let me know if this episode was helpful. I love hearing from you. Remember, Mama, you got this. Until next time, I'm Jessa Ray, and this is Caught Up in Motherhood.